Hello, students of 8th class. Let us continue with the Indian history. And I hope that last chapter might have been so much with a lot of interest, and you might have understood the chapter. And let us continue in sequence order the next chapter, that is chapter number 5, Traders to Rulers. It's a very interesting chapter, students. So, before knowing this chapter, let's know the syllabus of this chapter, the key concepts. We are going to study all the concepts like last chapter, or unlike last chapter, we will not avoid certain terms, but we are going to study all this. I have marked all these uh, key concepts. That is the first one, European as a traders. We know that they came as a traders in India because India was considered as a Sone ki chidiya because of a textile, rich spices. Okay, so after the discovery of Vasco da Gama sea route, discovery of sea route from Europe to India, the Portuguese came over here as traders and they established some colonies here. Okay, and soon many of the European country उनके मुंह में पानी आ गया because of the rich spices and textile. So they also came running themselves to India, and came the next company, that is a French in India. We'll see how the French company takes the permission of the government and directly comes under government to come to India to trade with India. Then the English East India Company, that was simply a turning point in Indian history when English East India Company got permission from Queen Elizabeth through charter, order, official order from Queen Elizabeth, and came to India. And there began rivalry, Anglo-French rivalry, because French also wanted to establish rule in India and have the monopoly of trade in India, and English company also, which was very clever. So we will study Anglo-French rivalry and who wins here, and also we'll see the British conquest of Bengal. That is another turning point. That was the beginning of turning point of the in Indian history when British rule over India. And we will also see in Bengal the dual government, that means two governments at one time, that is known as a Daiki. And we'll see the Regulating Act also, 1773. We have subsidiary alliance. Okay, so that also I will explain you what is this subsidiary alliance. Anglo-Mysore War. Okay, English and Mysore War. We have studied Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali in the last chapter. So in this chapter we shall see how British conquered Mysore. Tipu Sultan, how they defeat, with the help of Indian rulers, they defeat Tipu Sultan. And we shall also see Anglo-Maratha wars. English company was very clever. They made friendship with one to defeat the another Indian ruler. And the last one, Punjab, was defeated. Why was Punjab defeated at the last? Because Maharaja Ranjit Singh. They were afraid of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. It was only after his death that English East India Company occupied Punjab. And with the occupation of the Punjab, the whole India came under the British Empire. And we shall also see the expansion policy of Lord Dalhousie. So before studying all these concepts, let's go to the background. What India was. In the last chapter, students, we have seen what India was India was totally divided into small principalities: Awadh, the Sikhs, the Hyderabad rulers, the Jats, the Marathas. There was no the there was no emperor as such. Though the Mughals were there, Mughal rulers were there, but they were just for namesake. We can see here the Jats. They had a particular area. The Rajput had a particular area. They were also divided. Okay, Jaipur and Udaipur and so on. Then Sikhs, they that means Banda Bahadur, after Banda Bahadur and Maharaja Singh, they occupied till Peshawar in Pakistan and till Kabul. They said Multan, Lahore, Kashmir, till Delhi was under the Sikhs, under Punjab. So this side, in the center, Awadh was there, separate ruler. Bijapur was there. Here, this rule is of Marathas. Okay, and this is a Mysore. So there are small kingdoms created, and this was taken advantage by the French company and by the British company. Of course, the Portuguese company came, but they settled around, they did not disturb the Indian rulers as such. They settled down in Goa and neighboring part, Daman, Diu, and so on. That's why Bombay and so on. That's why we can see most of the customs of Govian culture is there. Oh, sorry, Portuguese culture is there in Goa and so on. So, students, that was the background, and that is why lot of advantage and there was a great ease for the British to conquer the whole of India, such a big empire. And by defeating their big rivalry, their big enemy, that was a French company. So, students, as I told you, there was atmosphere of chaos and anarchy. Anarchy means absence of government, and disorder. Chaos means disorder in 18th century. And this gave opportunity to European trading companies to increase their power. There was a lack of unity in India, I told you earlier also. The European gradually established their hold, leading to colonization of India. Colonization, in the chapter 9, since we studied about the imperialism. Imperialism means extending the empire, expanding the empire, and establishing colony, and asking the people of that particular colony to love their mother country, and to love their mother country, like suppose the Europeans or the English people are ruling in India. So for Indians, which was the mother country? Their mother country was England. Saat Samundar Par was the mother country for the Indian people. That is known as a colony, a merely colony. Okay, students. So these European people made small colonies. So in the map, we can see here small colonies with the square. You can see this one with the square in India, especially in the coastal area, because there was advantage why they occupied most of the coastal area, because of the navy and strong navy, and also they could trade, and they could move from this side, from this coastal area to the European side. So this was English company who established their fort and so on. These were the Dutch with the circle. Okay, and sorry, with circle they were French, and with the small green column are here and there, because it belonged to Dutch, but Dutch soon they left, fearing of French and English rivalry. They left the place. So students, this was the introduction and background. We will be studying this chapter in detail in the next part. Thank you.